Eric Stefanski is here, and he's from the Lyric Theater, and we just got finished talking with Jim and Jamie about the Blackstone Cherry event, and that's going to be a big thing for the Lyric.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. When you look at the seating chart right now online, and you just see solid sold-out seats. So we're basically 2/3 sold out. And I'm going to say probably yet this weekend is probably going to be about it's going to be the last chance you're going to get to be able to get more than 2 seats next to each other. They're just buying them up in blocks. It's been fantastic to watch.
Now, one thing that's been was announced earlier about sponsorship. Is that something that you want to try to bring in on every event?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that was something we were thinking about this past weekend as our executive director and I were having lunch together, because being that it's my daughter, they figure that they have to eat with me.
Right.
And, you know, it's like bringing Eric Bibb back. When we got him back in 2015, we were able to do so because he was going to be between 2 other places, and we were able to bring him in here relatively cheaply. In that to just bring him directly here costs 3 times as much. And without sponsorship, we're just not able to have someone in like that. Y'all know Francis Middleton, and of course Francis lived out in California for a while and became great friends with Roy Gaines, who was the guitarist for Ray Charles. And I mean, he's fantastic. And we'd love to have him as well, but once again, when you look at him and his band, you're looking at over 10,000 as far as, I mean, you've got not only the pay, but the expenses for the travel and the hotels.
Right.
And so, you know, we try to do, and as Jamie said, having that inside connection that he has with Blackstone Cherry and with the headhunters, he's able to help get us some deals that way. And as you are willing to be flexible with the schedule, that works some more. But we, you know, the more we can do sponsorship-wise, because we want to not only be able to bring bands and such in here, but to sell the house out, and we want most of the selling it out to be. I mean, it's great that people drive here from Northwest Arkansas or from Springfield or Mountain Home or Little Rock, because we have people that come to most of our shows from those areas. But we want everything to be as affordable as possible, so that basically we can fill the house with folks who live here.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, if we can do a second show for the folks who are from everywhere else, great. But we want everybody here to be able to get in, and that takes sponsorship. Like with
everything costs money.
Oh, exactly.
And that's a way to curb
that was with the Sam Adams comedy concert last month. It's all going by so fast. We couldn't have done that without Jeff Crockett Properties sponsorship. I mean, we could have, because with what we had attendance-wise, we would have just barely broken even without that sponsorship. And I mean, that's kind of where we are. If we could fill the house and guarantee a full house every time, we could do a lot of things differently. But until you can have that sort of we know anything we do will be full.
Right.
It's kind of like one of the events coming up this May is going to be a funny thing happen on the way to the Forum. And in fact, auditions for that are the 23rd and 24th of this month, 6 to 8 o'clock at the Lyric. And I'm looking at you guys so that you show up to audition. And you know, the thing is that it's should be full, but you start to go, well, the movie's been a while. Will it do as well as Grease did? Will it do as well as Footloose did?
It's not necessarily as well known.
Exactly,
you know,
anymore. And yet at the same time, I mean, what you've got is all of our educational directorship going on, because you have both the drama professor from the local college and the drama teacher from the local high school teaming up as a directorial team. So, I mean, you've got something that's going to be a fantastic production. But at the same time, One Man, Two Governors was a fantastic production, and didn't quite do as well as Grease and Footloose did attendance-wise, because the only contact most of our folks have with that play previous to it would be if they knew James Corden from late night TV and knew that was his big thing before he got that job. So part of it is popularity, name recognition, the same as it is with bands and so
Always.
on. It's kind of like any number of other things that we've got coming up as well. The first thing we've got coming up this month is Screamin' Freeman on the 19th. And folks need to understand too, it's not, because they'll look at the ticket price and go, I don't know, is that worth it? Well, it's not just Screamin' Freeman and the World Record Band, which again, he set a world record 20 years ago for the longest continuous performance by a musical group at the Lyric. But also he's bringing 4 other acts in with him. So James White, who everybody loves, and Ben Olson, who everybody loves, and Burlington and Runnin' and Gunnin', which they've just got a new album out, which I've only gotten to hear one cut off of that so far, but it sounds fantastic, both in terms of the musical quality and the production on it. So it's going to be a 5-band show. It's going to be a great time, and that's again the 19th, starting at 7. Of course, we open the doors an hour earlier so folks can get their seats and get something to drink and so on.
Right.
And we've got that. The next Saturday, of course, we've got Earthbone. And again, everybody loves going out and seeing Earthbone at the various bars and festivals and whatever all else across the country. But sometimes you don't realize just that as, like you were talking about with the balcony, that musical quality difference of hearing a band play in a room that was designed for having bands play. And I think about that going back to the Lawrence Juber concert this fall. And before he was with us, he was over at Sunrise Guitars in Fayetteville. And Sunrise Guitars, nice guitar store. It's the Paul Reed Smith headquarters for this area of the world. And yet their room is just kind of a flat room. And they have to, balance things out that way by their electronics and so on. And it all sounds nice. But as the musicians say when they come into the Lyric and they go, this is just fantastic.
It's an acoustical gym.
Oh, man. Albert Cummings, when he comes, he says, don't even worry about putting the guitar or the bass through the house. Because we know how this house is, just mic the vocals, and we'll regulate everything, and it just dead on.
Yeah.
So, at any rate,
it's a sweet spot when you're in the Lyric. Just about every place in there, you hear everything.
Absolutely. I've got a sound meter on my phone, and when James White was practicing before the Platters a couple of years ago. I was just walking around the Lyric, checking the decibel levels, and actually the first couple rows of the balcony are about a decibel higher. Is about what it was coming up on the meter. But everything else in the house is the same. Yeah. You can be in that top row up against the wall, and you're going to get the same.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not like you're going to go, well, I can't hear. Is he actually playing the guitar or not? Yeah. It's all going to be there. It's all going to be clear. Yeah. Right. So, but like I say, this month's just jumping anyway. Screamin' Freeman, Earthbone. The 31st, we've got Still on the Hill with a free concert. And in fact, the first 100 families in the door get a free CD as well. So that was held over from December because of weather. 23rd and 24th, auditions for A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. And of course, again, 15th of February, Blackstone Cherry. And because we don't want to just go, Blackstone Cherry, and now we quit.
No.
Say, no. So immediately the day after, we have a free movie, which is sponsored by the Race Relations Coalition. Rob McCorkindale hasn't got back to me yet on what the title of the movie is. But last time they had a movie at the Lyric, they brought in a movie that was a fairly new release. Oh, nice. So we're looking at stuff that's going to be good there as well. Right now I'm waiting to hear back from Eric Lewis up in Springfield, who has a great bluegrass band. So we're looking at having them towards the end of February, beginning of March. We've got coming in March, somebody in the middle that I'm blanking out on. At the end of March, so March 30th, Saturday, March 30th, is going to be Leadfoot 65. So again, one of our Battle of the Bands bands from last year is coming back, and they're going to be fantastic. Don't know who their opener is yet. The following Friday, we have Brick Fields. Rachel Brick Fields is a blues gospel singer from Northwest Arkansas. The band is, I'm looking at the videos and going, that band is tight. It's just amazing. And so actually, Gene Hankins from the library had referred her to us, and I saw the reference, and so we were actually talking before Gene realized I had seen the tag on Facebook. And so at any rate, that's going to be fantastic coming in as well. We're working on getting Albert and Gage to come back, because Albert and Gage were the first concert in the Lyric after the OAC purchased the Lyric. Screamin' Freeman, of course, was a concert earlier in the year, before the purchase went through, to help raise money and awareness for the purchase. Right. And that's, again, the other thing with Screamin' Freeman and the other 4 bands coming up on the 19th. That's not just a concert, it's our 20th anniversary celebration kickoff of OAC ownership. And of course, also it's the 90th year of the Lyric's existence. Right. We'll have more things going on throughout the year with regard to it. The actual anniversary, I guess, is the anniversary of its opening is in November. But there was, of course, construction going on before that. So we're hoping to have some construction going on just to recreate the 1929 event. Hopefully that construction will be the restoration of the upstairs bathrooms. When you have a full event like Grease or like Charlotte's Web or like Blackstone Cherry,
you need a lot of
you need more bathrooms. So that's where we're going with it. When Jim Johnson was saying that there would be another serving area for adult beverages, when we originally got the permit, we actually had 2 serving areas already listed on it, and all we really have to do to do that is to refloor a little section that is going to take us about an hour. And so that will allow at least draft beer concessions on the main floor. And again, for anyone who wants anything that would be upstairs and is simply not able to handle stairs, we always have runners who can take care of that as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Perfect. Wow, lots going on.
Lots going on, and we probably need to mention where they can go to find out all the information.
Everything is at thelyric.org. Including almost all of this stuff that's just been recently booked that I hadn't even gotten to talk to Jim about half of it yet. All of that stuff should show up on our little calendar on the website. Eventually it will all have event web pages on the website as well. Everywhere you look, there's a Get Tickets link, and it doesn't matter which event you're on. If you click on Get Tickets, it'll let you get tickets for everything. Except for one play that we can't necessarily do tickets for yet, but we will, which is A Murder is Announced, which will be 3 performances at the High School Performing Arts Center, and they're working out the details to see if it can also be performed at the Lyric.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
At any rate, if you go to thelyric.org, or if you call 391-3504, again, our executive director has another full-time job as well, but she does return calls, and we'll get back to you and make everything work for you to give you the best possible experience. Again, to see Blackstone Cherry or any other of these bands in this intimate, acoustically fantastic environment, it's just incredible. And to be able to offer that is just amazing for us.
It is. All right.
Well,
and
thank you.
Yeah, and I don't think I can add anything to that.
I
The
don't think we
appeal
need
is
to.
out there, and Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, come back anytime.
Will do. Thank you.
Up next, we're going to be talking with Wanda Massengale from the Ozark Humane Society, and she has Trail with her. And Trail is a male dog and up for adoption immediately. We're going to be talking about the Ozark Humane Society and Trail in just a few minutes. Stay with us. You're watching 726.